Hello again. uh, we're out here with our tree. Uh, with our swing on the tree. The usual spot. My friends, why? Why would you want to change this? Why would you want to change that which is already being, that which is by itself organic, that which is naturally stress free, doesn't worry, isn't thinking about what it's gonna do next? It's just there, it's living. And what's behind all of it? See, that's where I stop talking. When I hint at what this could possibly be, it's like, yeah, it's like, what's behind it all? What is it? Who is it? And then nothing comes out of my mouth. Why? Because it's not something you can describe with the English language. It's not something that you can use words to uh, label, provide meaning to, because why have a reason for just being? Why have a reason for growing another branch? Why the heck not? Because you're not gonna shrink, right? Like us as humans, like you're not gonna decrease in age. So why the heck not grow older? Because you're not gonna go backwards. But here's the thing. We think there's a chooser in that. We think we're growing older. We think we're doing the growing old part. You'll go up to someone and say, I am growing older. It's funny when you say that, right? Because it's not you that's growing older, it's your body that's growing older. You may be gathering experiences in your mind, in your so-called memory, but that's for your brain. Who are you? You're not those things. You're something that's not changing. Why are you not those things? Well, if you sit down long enough, you'll realize that you're not your thoughts, because you'll realize they just ramble on without you having to consciously bring one up. A thought will come across and you'll see it as the observer, and you'll be like, huh, where did that thought come from? And then you go down the rabbit hole, right? You start asking these questions to yourself that you can't find the answers to. And that's the mystery. You're not supposed to find the answers to it. But by asking these questions, it'll put you into a space of awareness of things that are happening inside of you. And then it'll give you a recognition of it also happening at the same time outside of you, because what happens on the inside happens on the outside. So once you get familiar with the happenings inside your vessel, you'll start to see the happenings, the same exact happenings in other vessels as well, like a tree and other people too. Even a mosquito. One just flew by me. So things just happen. It doesn't take an ego. It doesn't take an identity to make things happen. Nothing makes anything happen. It just happens. Notice how I said it just happens. There's no label to this. And so we sit in silence. There's no thought here. Who am I? What is this? This face? What is this body? I feel like I'm just something that's unnameable talking through a body's mouth. I'm not worried about what my name is. I'm not worried about what I'm gonna do next. I'm not worried about when I'm gonna drive home from this trail. The mind will suggest it though. The mind will suggest it. It'll be like, what about your car? Aren't you hungry? You should go get something to eat. You should do this. What about your rent? You have enough money for rent this month? How funny. You'll also notice that you don't ever do a thing. That it was always just you as awareness. You aren't the awareness, but when you learn to sit in that awareness, that recognition, you'll learn that your ego, you, the identity, never did a thing. The intention arose, and then your mind suggested, oh, I'm about to go do this thing. You'll notice that a thought always comes after the intention. The intention to go to the bathroom arises. Then a thought might arise, saying, gosh, I need to go to the bathroom. This may happen before you get up to go or after. But you will eventually recognize that the intention always comes before. And that intention, you will also learn, is the observer part, the awareness part. The awareness wants to do it. That intention is the wanting from the observer. And then the identity comes in and wants to claim that intention as something that it's doing. But no one ever did anything. The leaves are starting to fall. It's fall time. Fantastic. It's a season for letting go. It's a season for observation of your thought patterns, of what you've been doing, quote unquote. I'm okay with just sitting here and not talking. If the observer doesn't have anything else to say, then it doesn't have anything else to say. There's no thoughts running through my head like, oh, maybe you should say this. Things are starting to get quiet. Things are starting to get boring. The listener might be bored now. The stillness is it, but not it at the same time. But in that stillness, you might recognize yourself, with a capital S, self. Thank you.